Alright, so I guess I'm going to go with Scott's theme of afraid of dying alone. So, has anybody here ever been on a blind date before? Yes? Blind date? Anybody? Everybody? Possibly? Hopefully? Alright, so I guess one of my best friends, her boyfriend's friend, had I had hung out with him a few times before. Really nice guy. At least he was always nice to me. He had asked my best friend, said, "Hey, what do you think? Do you think Candice will go to my holiday work party with me?" Just like, I'll ask her, why not? You know, I'm sure she'll go with you. Not a big deal. So she asked me, and I said, yeah, why not? It'll be a good time. You know, he always seemed like a really nice guy, and sure. So Beth's like, well, it's in Atlantic City. It's at one of the casinos. You might have to spend the night. I'm thinking, well, you know, I have hung out with this guy before. I know all of his friends. How bad can it be? You know, so yeah, maybe, you know, we'll see. I'll talk to him first. He called me up and asked and said, you know, do you want to go? And, you know, we don't have to spend the night. And I'm thinking, all right, yeah, let's go. It'll be fun, you know, whatever. So we go, and I had this great dress. Bought these great shoes that day. Stilettos, about 5 years ago when they were popular. And so as soon as we get out of the car, valet parking, whoosh, flat on my back. I should have known right then and there it's going to be the worst night of my life. I don't know, for all you women who put on a brand new pair of high heels, you're supposed to like scratch them beforehand. I didn't do that, ran out of time. So anyway, so we go to dinner, and I understand why his friends warned me to not go. We're sitting there at the table, and he's, honey, baby, blah, 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 and his boss is looking at me, he's slapping me on the back, and, you know, just really bad manners. Really bad manners, and meanwhile, I'm like, gin and tonic, please, gin and tonic, yeah, I'll take another one. You know, you'd think you'd go out to this, and this guy seemed to have a really good job, and I'm sitting at the table with his boss and his coworkers, and they're really nice and everything. And we have, you know, bone-in steaks and lobster tails, and he's taking his lobster tail, and he's finished with it, and he just puts it on the table right next to his boss's plate, and I'm like, ooh, and I pick it up, and I'm like, okay, let's put that on the plate for you, and, you know, and he's picking up his T-bone steak and eating it off the bone. I'm like, another gin and tonic, please, please. And I'm like, oh God, this is really embarrassing. Meanwhile, he's still slapping my back, honey, baby, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. So meanwhile, I just keep on calling the gin and tonics to try and, you know, ease my anxiety, because it's really bad right now. So then, you know, dinner's done, and, so I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling that well. Just gonna go lay down for an hour. I'll be right back. I didn't think it was that big of a deal because all of his coworkers were there and his friends, you know, whatever. So I'm like, I'll be back in an hour. He's like, okay, no problem. So go up to the room, lay down for a minute, set my alarm. I'm like, okay, I'll get up in an hour. You know, I don't want to be, I should never even worried about him because, you know, he was just bad to begin with. But so wake up, I call him, no answer. I'm like, oh God, I'm stuck in this room in Atlantic City. What do I do with myself? He's downstairs, so call again, no answer. So I turn on the TV, fall asleep. Then all of a sudden I wake up. I'm like, oh, he's back. Okay. And then I get up, I'm like, John, hey. And I hear something. I hear another woman's voice. And I'm like, what is going on? Is he in the bathroom? Wait, is that another woman's voice I hear? And I'm like, John? And he was in there with another woman. I'm like, wait a minute, do I open the door? Do I not open the door? And I'm standing there at the door. I'm like, what do I do with myself? I'm in Atlantic City, in this room, with this guy, with another woman, on this blind date. So the door's kind of open, and I'm like, all right. Looking, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ! He is, you know, having sex with this woman. And I'm like, great! So anyway, called my friends, couldn't call my parents, couldn't call my family. I was mortified. Couldn't get a ride home, so I basically just, you know, turned on the TV and put the pillow over my head. And to make matters worse, the next morning he was like trying to, you know, pretend like nothing ever happened. And I was like, nope, I'm not gonna have it. Get your hands off me. Take me to McDonald's and take me home. So that was the worst blind date. And I will not die alone, but he might. So.